Exercise 5, Advanced Integration Techniques, Integration by Parts, Part 2. Number 1. Evaluate the integral between pi upon 3 and pi upon 6 of x squared x dx. Now writing out, I'll just pause the video. Okay, now here's the solutions. Now remember, the integral of u dv equals uv minus integral of v du. Here u will be x and dv is 6 squared x. So du equals 1 and v equals 10x. Therefore I equals uv x 10x between pi upon 3 and pi upon 6 minus the integral of 10x dx between pi upon 3 and pi upon 6. As you recall, tan we changed into sine and cos. Let's get this part right here. This will be pi upon 3 times, now the tan of pi upon 3 is root 3, minus pi upon 6 times 1 on root 3. Minus, now this will be tan is sine on cos, so I'll write that the sine x over cos x, but I know the derivative of cos is minus sine, so I'll put the minus there and the plus there. I'll just tie this up a little bit. That's pi root 3 on 3 minus, rationalizing this, is pi root 3 over 18 plus the log of cos x between pi upon 3 and pi upon 6. Now this becomes 5 pi root 3 all over 18 plus the log of the cos of pi upon 3 minus the log of the cos of pi upon 6, which equals, now the cos of pi upon 3 is a half, so that's a log of a half, minus a log of, and the cos of pi upon 6 is root 3 on 2, so that's a log of root 3 over 2. So when you put all that together, this becomes invert and multiply, so that'll be simply 2's will cancel out and you simply get plus the log of root 3. Okay, or if you like, you can write that as 5 pi root 3 on 18 plus a half log 3, but that's okay. Okay, question 2, evaluate the integral between root 3 and 1 of x times inverse tan of x dx. So just pause the video. Okay, writing it out again. Integral of u dv equals uv minus integral of v du. So my u is equal to tan the minus 1 of x, and my dv equals x, du equals 1 over 1 plus x squared, and v equals a half x squared. So my I is equal to 1 half x squared tan, so minus 1 of x, I'll put it half at the front, between root 3 and 1, minus, again the half at the front is v to u, 1 half of x squared over 1 plus x squared dx between root 3 and 1. Okay, doing this bit, it'll be just 3, root 3, sorry, so 3, because we're going to square it, I'll rub that out. That's just 3 tan to the minus 1 of root 3 minus tan to the minus 1 of 1 minus 1 half, bit of an adjustment in here, right, that there's 1 plus x squared minus 1 over 1 plus x squared over 1 plus x squared dx. So we're getting a half here. Now the inverse tan of root 3 is going to be pi upon 3, and the 3 will cancel, you just get pi, and here that's going to be pi upon 4 minus a half root 3 and 1 minus 1 on 1 plus x squared dx. So it's 1 half, this is going to be times 3 pi on 4 minus a half, and this is going to be x minus tan to the minus 1 of x between root 3 and 1, which is 3 pi on 8 minus a half outside of root 3 minus tan to the minus 1 of root 3 minus 1 minus tan to the minus 1 of 1, and that's 3 pi on 8 minus a half, and this will be root 3 minus the inverse tan of root 3 is pi upon 3 minus 1. This will be plus pi upon 4, which is 3 pi upon 8 minus a half bracket. Now root 3 minus 1. Now this will be equal to minus pi upon 12. Almost there. And that's going to be 3 pi upon 8. Now this will be plus pi on 24 minus, we'll leave it in that bracket, 1 half root 3 minus 1. And this becomes, that's 310 pi on 25 pi on 12. 5 pi on 12 minus a half outside of root 3 minus 1 is our final answer.